Hi all, it's Brad from EC Connect, here to discuss the last thing to do with comments, statuses and notes in EAP. Today we'll be discussing a couple of URL variables that can be passed in to be able to set defaults. So let's just have a refresher. On the client overview page here, down the bottom is where the comments and log is, and also where you can add a comment. And adding a comment is done by selecting some reasons and selecting a status. So sometimes if you wanted to just say integrate this to your call center platform, for instance, after a user has completed a call, they need to add a comment. So you could have just this particular URL coded in, but then they would have to go and select all these types, all these codes, all these statuses, and if you wanted to default those in any way, this is what can be done. Firstly, we can pass in a URL variable s equals 20, and that'll default the status to status ID 20. Where these IDs can be found is in manage statuses, and that's simply the ID on the side. Yep. So let's go back here, we'll put in ID 1, and you can see it's defaulted to status approved, which is ID 1. The other thing we can do is pass in the defaults for the reason, and it'll automatically set it to this default. Unfortunately, we are not able to automatically select these related drop-down boxes, and that's why the default is shown here in red. And you can do a combination of both. So that's selecting both the default reason and the default status. Now the reason code ID is a bit difficult to find. Let me show you that. Manage reason codes. So here is the reason choice. We just have to click on there, and this is where we can find the ID here, just simply when we're editing that reason choice. Yep. So let's do that one. And you can see here that's the one there. Yep. So if you need any help with this, just reach out to the team. The other thing we can do adding to this URL is we've got an anchor point where if this is passed in, it'll automatically go down to adding a comment as well. The last thing is if you want any particular ID to be the default ongoing, the EC Connect team can configure this in your service provider configuration, and you do not have to then pass it through the URL. So if this is the case, please reach out to the EC Connect team and we'll get that happening for you. Again, hopefully this helps streamline some of your business processes. Thank you for listening.